It's an equilateral triangle and three charges are kept at the vertex of equilateral triangle. Okay, so now if we leave these three charges, they will start moving away from each other, right? If we leave these charges free, then they will start moving away from each other, right? Right now there is one force on this, and means there is some net force on each charge. If we talk about net force on this charge, see, hopefully question is written. Write question in your copy. Now let's talk about net force on this charge. Okay, these two charge will repel this charge. Suppose this charge will repel this charge by a force F along line of joining. This charge will also apply a force F along line of joining. F, and this angle is 60. That's why this angle is also 60. So if we leave this charge free, it will start moving up because of net force is upward. How much net force is acting upward? √3F, right? So I will not tell you this again and again how I got this √3. If two equal forces are at an angle of 60 degree, then resultant will be √3 time of any one. In the same way, this charge is also experiencing two forces. Here F, because of this charge F force, and because of this charge F force in this direction, right? This angle is also 60 degree. So in the similar way, this is also experiencing a force, a resultant force in this direction equal to √3F, where F is force between any two charges. Here also you can talk about this charge also. These two charge will repel this charge here like this, and another force due to the other charge F. Again, both the forces have value F at an angle of 60 degree. Where will be the resultant? Like this, √3F. Okay, where F is force between any two charges. Okay, a force on this charge due to this. Let's put value of F, where F is kq square by a square. So all the three charges are experiencing same force. Am I right? All the three charges are experiencing same force. Am I right? Show me thumbs up sign. Am I right? Okay, Rajul, Rento, if I leave the system, if I set this system free, they will start moving away from each other, right? I want to make net force on each charge 0. For that, let's put a charge, a negative charge at the center, at the centroid. This is centroid, and let us assume a minus q charge will attract this towards center, so that net force on this will become 0. Agree? Do you agree with my idea? What is my idea? Let's put a negative charge at this centroid which will attract this downward, so that this will not move away. Okay, Rajul, recording. See, this minus q charge will start attracting plus q charge downward like this to counter this force. Can you rub this 60 degree? Minus q will start attracting this q downward. Okay, and the force between capital Q and small q will be k capital Q small q upon square of distance, and I already told you distance between centroid and vertex is a by √3. This is a by √3. So square of distance a by √3 square. So if upward force and downward forces are equal, then net force on this will become 0. Suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay. Suppose if upward force and downward forces are equal, then net force on this Q will be 0, right? So for equilibrium of Q at A, for equilibrium of Q present at A, upward force and downward force must be equal. So downward force is capital Q small q by A square by 3, and upward force is √3F, where F is this. So K, capital Q, small q, let's transfer this 3 upward, and root 3 K Q square by A square. A square will cancel, K will get cancelled, capital Q will get cancelled. So you got small q as Q by root 3, and minus we already assumed. Now you can ask why I am writing equilibrium equation of only this. Why I am writing equilibrium equation of only this? Why we are not writing equilibrium equation of other charges? Because everything is identical. If net force on this is 0, then by default automatically net force on these two will also become 0. Okay, so this minus q will attract this charge also, charge placed at B, and it will attract charge placed at C as well. Agree everyone? So entire system will become at equilibrium. Not only this, now what about this fourth charge? What about this minus q? It is also in equilibrium. How? Now let's look at a different diagram. Let's make another diagram. This is q, this is q, this is q. All the three will attract this minus q towards their side, and net force on minus q will also become 0, like this. Okay, so entire system will become in equilibrium. Clear up this? Any doubt in this? Okay. I will explain you. I will try to explain you why we are putting charge at the centroid. Clear up this? I am explaining same question in a different way. Can you find net force on plus 1 coulomb placed at O? Suppose this is B, and suppose this is C. Okay, all the charge will are going to repel. Charge placed at O, and this distance is A by root 3. Let's talk about force on plus 1 coulomb due to charge placed at A. The force will act along line of joining downward. So a green color force is acting downward, exactly downward. Okay, so what is force on 1 coulomb due to this plus Q? K Q1 into Q2 divided by square of distance, and distance would be A by root 3 whole square. Agree? Now this plus 1 will experience a force in this direction due to this plus Q charge, like this. Okay, value of this force would be Q1 Q2 K Q1 Q2 K Q1 Q2 by square of distance, and distance is same. This is also vertex and this is centroid, so distance between vertex and centroid is same. Distance of centroid from all the vertex is same. Now the force on this plus 1 coulomb due to this charge will be in this direction, and the value of this force will be K Q1 Q2 K Q1 Q2 by A by root 3 whole square. So if you look at the diagram carefully, all the three forces are same. This is F, this is also F. Let us assume all the forces are F because they have same values. All the three forces have same values. That's why I am assuming all the three are F and all the three forces are same. Now अब बच्चे को पता है कि ये 90 डिग्री है. If this is 90 degree, this is 30 degree, so this must be 60 degree, है ना? Once again I am telling you, look at the board. This is 90 degree, this is 30 degree, so this must be 60 degree. So two equal forces at an angle of 120 degree. If two equal forces are at an angle of 120 degrees, so resultant will be, this is F at 120 degree, resultant is F upward. Okay, so let's talk about resultant of these two forces. Resultant of these two forces will come upward and will be equal to F. So F will get cancelled. So we can say net force on +1 coulomb placed at centroid is 0. Copy. So when we put +1 coulomb at the centroid, net force on it will become 0. Force will be 0. Net force will be 0. Copy. So if force on 1 coulomb is 0, when you are putting 1 coulomb at the centroid, net force on it became 0. So when you put anything else at centroid, net force on that particular charge will become 0. Okay. And we want to bring this system in equilibrium, right? This is the system and we want to bring this system in equilibrium. This distance is A. This distance is also A. This distance is also A. So before putting third charge as centroid, let's find net force on this. Okay. What if we set this system free? They will start moving away from each other because of this. See, one force acting like this, and the value of this force is kq square by a square, and another force on the same charge is acting like this. F is equal to kq square by a square, right? So two forces already acting on this. So resultant force on this, if this is 60, this will also become 60 degree, and the resultant force will be here. It will be √3F. Okay, understood? Shivagni, understood? In the same way, if we talk about net force on this, kq square by a square, here also net force will be kq square by a square. This is F, kq square by a square. So the resultant will become √3F. This angle is also, total angle is 60 degree. So the resultant will be √3F like this. Now let's talk about net force on this. Here also you will get √3F. Agree? Agree or not? System, they will start moving away from each other. है ना? Make net force on every charge 0. What I can do? I'll bring another negative charge at the centroid. Why at the centroid? So that net force on the fourth charge itself must be 0. है ना? You put any charge at the centroid, net force on it will become 0. I explained to you how. So this distance will become a by √3. This negative charge will start attracting this positive charge towards itself, downward. So if upward force and downward forces are equal, then this plus q will become in equilibrium. Agree? So for equilibrium of plus q, we can equate upward force and downward force. So upward force is √3F must be equal to downward force. Let's suppose this is F dash. F dash for equilibrium of q. What is F? Let's put value of F, kq square by a square. What is F dash? F dash is the force between these two, q1 k, q1 q2 by square of distance, and the distance is a by √3, square of a by √3. Capital Q got cancelled, k got cancelled. So what you will get? √3q by a square. Here you will get q by a square by 3. This 3 will go upward and a square will get cancelled. So you got √3q by 3 is equal to capital small q to small q. You got small q as this. See, from calculation you will not get minus sign, but you will apply a minus sign in the end. If this charge became in equilibrium, then by default all the other charge will also become in equilibrium, because system is symmetric. This will attract this also, and this will attract this. So this minus q will attract all the three charges, and entire system will become in equilibrium, because net force on the minus q already is 0. Net force on the minus q is already 0, and now net force on all the three charges 0. So entire system will become in equilibrium. How to bring this system in equilibrium? How to bring given system in equilibrium? Sorry, my English is weak. It is very weak. This is a square. this is plus q, this is plus q, this is plus q, this is plus q. Side of each side is of a length. If we leave this system, if we set this system of charges free, they will also start moving away from each other. Agree? So how to bring this system in equilibrium? Do you have any idea? Solve this question by your own. I am giving you only 1 minute. Question, follow this step. Step 1, find net force on all the charges of system. Find net force on all the charges of system. See, we already solved this numerical 3 days back. We solved this already. One force acting on this because in this direction, one force acting in this direction, right? Hopefully you remember. This is F, and this force was F by 2, if you remember, where F is kq square by a square. This is kq square by 2a square. This is kq square by a square. Do you remember this? Do you remember? We did this question already in the previous class. So the resultant force was, if we talk about only F net, F net was, you took F common and we got this as the resultant force, where F is kq square by a square 1 by 2 plus root 2. So this was the force on this charge. Because system is symmetric, that's why the same force acting on all the charges, like this diagonally, kq square by a square 1 by 2 plus root 2, right? On this charge also, net force is acting diagonally like this. We did same problem. You can turn pages and cross check. Bracket 1 by 2 plus root 2. The same force is acting on all the 4 charges as you can see on the board, diagonally away. kq square by a square bracket 1 by 2 plus root 2. So we did step 1. What step 1 says? Find net force on all the charges. Now what next? If we set this system free, they will start moving away. What question want? Question, they asked what to do so that system will become in equilibrium. Let's put a minus q charge at the center. A lot of students already told me, put a minus q charge at the center so that system may become in equilibrium. Yes. No, wrong. Answer is little bit big. Now it is correct. See, this distance is a, this is a, so this complete distance is root 2a. Agree, but this distance will be root 2a by 2, so you'll get a by root 2. Okay, distance between these two charges. Agree? This minus q will start attracting, plus q towards itself, like this. So if these two forces are equal, then this charge will become in equilibrium. And once if this charge will become in equilibrium, all the other charge by default will become in equilibrium because system is symmetric. Now let's try to write equilibrium equation of this charge. Okay, so what is force, how much force acting this side on this charge? Can you tell me this force? q1 q2 by square of distance, and distance is a by root 2, this square of a by root 2. Let's equate these two forces. K capital Q small q, a square by 2, but square of root 2 is 2. Put k q square by a square bracket 1 by 2 plus root 2. Solve this carefully to get answer. A square will get cancelled, this will go upward. So 2q is equal to capital Q 1 by 2 plus root 2. So your answer is minus q by 2 bracket 1 by 2 plus root 2. This is your answer. It's a HCV problem, HC Verma question. Tough, huh? And more than one correct. It's a more than one correct question. Let me complete this diagram. This is plus q, this is plus q. This is free. This is diagram. You can see 2 plus q charges at minus a comma 0 and plus a comma 0, and minus q is placed at origin. Minus q is placed at origin. So you can draw x axis and y axis like this. This is y axis. This is x axis. And outside board z axis. More than one correct. Okay. I already told you a charge is in stable equilibrium if it is coming back to its equilibrium position when it is displaced. So right now minus q is exactly at the center. So both the charges are attracting by the same force. So right now minus q is in equilibrium. But what if you displace this minus q along y-axis? Is it coming back to its equilibrium position? Yes, it is coming back. So let's talk about option B. Let's talk about option B. If you want to talk about option B, you'll have to displace plus q, minus q first. I told you, अगर आप चार्ज को डिस्प्लेस कर देते हैं और फिर वो अपने इक्विलिब्रियम पोजीशन की तरफ वापस आता है तो स्टेबल इक्विलिब्रियम है. See, when you displace this along y-axis, plus q will attract it like this in this direction. This plus q will also attract in this direction. So, because resultant of these two forces is downward, that's why minus q will have to come downward. And this is equilibrium position. So, is it coming back towards its equilibrium position? Yes. That's why it is in stable equilibrium along y-axis. तो सुभांश एक आंसर सही हो गया, नूर का भी एक आंसर. Now what option C says? It is difficult, but I will try my best to make 3D drawing. This is plus q and this is also plus q and this is z axis. Now if we displace minus q outside, these two charges will attract it back. These two charges will attract it back and it will move again, it will go back towards origin, right? Because imagine this is a plus q and this is also a plus q. Okay, these two are plus q. Imagine, इधर फंसा लेता हूं मैं. This is plus q. This is also plus q. And this is a minus q at the center. Now I am displacing this along z axis like this. So this plus q will attract it like in this direction. And this plus q will attract it in this direction. So due to resultant of these two forces, it will move back towards origin. So along z axis also it is in stable equilibrium. Along z axis also it is in stable equilibrium. You will have to imagine in 3D. You need a very strong imagination. Now let's talk about x axis. When you displace this minus q charge towards right, suppose we displaced it towards right. Now its distance from plus q, this plus q is less. So right hand side force is stronger and left hand side force is weak. So it will keep going right hand side. It will never come back to origin. Why? Because the distance between right hand side plus q and negative q is less. So right hand side force is stronger. So it will keep going right hand side. So option D is correct. Finally, Chinmay and Abhijit Soni could answer correct. Of three charges, system of three charges is as shown. If x is very smaller than A, if x is very, very smaller than A, comment about motion of minus q. Comment about motion of minus q. This is system, the given system is like this. We have plus q at a minus a comma 0 and it is fixed. We need bigger diagram. Plus q minus a comma 0 plus a comma 0, and this is a minus q charge at a distance x, and x is very, very small than a. This is free. This is free to move, but this one is fixed. This is fixed. This is also fixed. So comment about motion of minus q. Option A, it will move towards origin and become at rest at origin. Option 2, it will perform oscillatory motion about origin. Option B, minus q will perform oscillatory motion about origin. Option C, minus q will move downward and keeps moving downward till minus infinite. And option D, minus q performs SHM about O. O means origin. Okay, everyone. So this plus q will also apply same force because distance is same. Thus this plus q will also apply same force, because if this is A, this distance must be under root a square plus x square, and this is also A, this is x, so this distance also must be equal to a square plus x square. So the value of F we can write, value of force we can write q1 q2 k q1 q2 by square of distance. Square of distance you will get a square plus x square. Here also you will get value of F k q1 q2 divided by square of distance a square plus x square. Suppose this angle is theta, so this angle is also theta. Okay, here you got F force, here you got F force. Let's make component of these two forces. If this is theta, here you will get F cos theta, downward you will get F cos theta, and here you will get F sin theta, right? In the same way, here you will get F sin theta, and downward you will get F cos theta. So we got 2F cos theta, right? We got 2F cos theta, coordinate of this 0 comma x, coordinate of minus q. Okay, like this. Do you agree? F sin theta will get cancelled. So what is net force on minus q? What is net force on minus q? 2F cos theta, and it is downward. So it is 100% sure that minus q is going to move downward. Okay, but lot of student was thinking that minus q will start moving downward and it will reach at the center, and when it will reach at the center, net force on it will become 0. You were thinking like this or not? After some time minus q will become at center and net force on it will become 0. You were thinking like this or not? It will reach at the origin after some time, and when minus q will reach at origin, net force on minus q will become 0. You all are right. When minus q will become at origin, net force on it will become 0, but because of certain velocity, it will gain some velocity while coming downward. Because of that particular velocity, it will keep moving and it will pass origin downward. Understood? when minus q is coming downward, it will gain some velocity and it will keep moving and it will pass origin. And when it will pass origin, both the charges will start applying force. Both the charges will start applying force again. Suppose minus q reached here, and both the charges already started applying forces upward. So it will have to come back again. It will have to come back again. Agree? So what will happen? Minus q will start performing oscillatory motion like this. Now let's check this oscillatory motion is SHM or not. Now how to check oscillatory motion is SHM or not? If net force is proportional to x, then motion is SHM. If force is proportional to negative of displacement, or if net force is proportional to x power 1 of displacement, then motion must be SHM. Remember condition of SHM or not? If force is proportional to negative of displacement, then particle will perform SHM. Okay, so let's talk about net force. What is net force on this minus q? What is net force on this minus q? Come on. Speak 2f cos theta. Speak 2f cos theta. Okay, where f is kq by a square plus x square. And what is cos theta? According to this triangle, what is cos theta? Base, and base is x. This distance is x. Base upon hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is this, x upon a square plus x square under root. So you got f net as 2k capital Q small q x divided by a square plus x square power 3 by 2. So will you end up at this? Is this final result, or you can make some more approximation in this? You want to make some more approximation. Okay, because x is very, very smaller than a, that's why we can write x square plus a square is approximately equal to a square. So this force will become, F net will become 2kqqx upon a power, ignore this x, a square power 3 by 2, so a power 3. And yes, we got F net proportional to x. Yes, we got F net proportional to x. And if net force is coming proportional to the displacement, then motion must be SHM. So our answer is minus q will perform SHM about O. Now 60% of this question, 60-70% of this question I already solved 3 days ago when I asked you net force on this charge. Hopefully you remember.